Alec, welcome. I'm SpongeBob SquarePants.
And I am Tenya Ida.
Right.
Yeah,
Everybody knows who I am. Only
yeah.
true gamers will
Only
know who you are.
only weebs will know who I am. And yes, I was going to be Soldier 76 from Overwatch. But
Which I
no,
don't know who that is.
another I'm instead another My Hero Academia character because I have this, and I was like, whoa.
It,
Ida's got glasses, and I like him.
it literally could
So
be anyone. You could be any of them. You could be freaking
I could be
Ashido.
Froppy.
Yeah.
I
Mina
could be
Ashido.
Shido. I could be freaking Bakugo.
Uraraka. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we're here to talk about Survivor. In case you don't know, I'm a big Survivor fan. I'm taking Alec along the journey chronologically through Survivor for the first time. You can go, there's a playlist on our channel of all our Survivor videos. It's great every week.
It's an exciting time, to be sure. A
And,
surprise, to be sure, but a welcome one.
and Pearl Islands has been great. Last episode, Alec has said is one of his favorite episodes of Survivor yet.
Yeah, I put a star. It was right on the top of my notes. I was like, this is a gold star. This is like it really was. It had basically everything you would ever want in a Survivor episode.
And you
And
wouldn't think that knowing that it is the episode that Trish gets voted out because you didn't get much from Trish before that. And it's like,
yeah,
so, oh, Trish, that's going to be a boring vote.
yeah.
But no, it's like,
But if you watched the whole everything twists and turns that everything took to get there
mm-hmm.
was the interesting part. So for sure.
Yeah, so, I mean, there was a lot of good stuff in there. There was John and Sean fighting, and then John went over to Morgan, told him they threw a challenge back then.
Hmm.
And
Yeah, so
then
being really bold and ballsy with a move like that.
Morgan won that lifting on their shoulders challenge, and then there was suddenly campaigning against Rupert from Trish and John. And it was going to be Trish, John, Sandra. It's a sure thing. We don't need to tell Krista, but luckily for Rupert, Sandra was not on board with that. She went over and they just flipped it on him. Trish got voted out, and the puppet master himself, Johnny Fairplay, is on the outs of that vote. So it'll be interesting to see
Johnny Fairplay.
how he is on the back foot. We haven't seen it.
Yeah. I said absolutely spicy takes at tribal council. Oh yeah, there were. There
Yeah,
was a
we
lot
had
of spice
some
going on
raw,
there.
just Rupert lays it all out there in tribal council. He's
Yeah,
like,
and
that was
then
throwing that challenge was the stupidest thing our tribe would have ever done.
yeah, he
And
was very brutally honest, and then other people were like,
and
and then they were like, I think it might not be who you expect. And then I remember like John was like kind of like, what are they talking about? And there was like a moment where it was like a weird like they all started laughing, like
then
the three that had sort of devised this plan, or him at least, him and Trish were kind of like, haha, what? And then it wasn't until later they realized, oh, I think one of us is on the outs.
but Rupert was having a rough go at it. Like his snake had died.
Yeah.
Um, they lost the challenge, and
Hmm.
now everybody was starting to campaign against him. He was having a rough, and he's laid it out there in tribal council. He's like, I feel like they think they don't need me anymore, so they can get rid of me.
Yeah.
But they don't. You don't know what's gonna happen in this game. You don't know when merge is gonna happen. Nothing
Yeah.
is certain in this game.
And
So
that
that
was
was
very,
great.
very much the case. Yeah, it was a great speech.
And Trish got voted
So,
out. Unfortunate miscalculation there.
mm,
In retrospect, I do think, yeah, like it's definitely not the right move to go for Rupert here because, I mean, that's like a long term thing. You want to try to
yeah,
keep your tribe united at least when you think a merge might be soon.
especially because everyone really likes him.
Yeah.
Like pretty much, I mean, pretty much, he's not. He doesn't do anything to really bother anyone. He's very helpful. He hears people out. He's the most helpful participant they have in challenges. He literally wins games for people.
I guess they're
Um,
thinking that maybe this is the only chance we can do it on him or vote on him now is because we only
yeah,
need 3 votes, and in the merge maybe everybody will like him. But
yeah.
you'd think that
I
you
don't
give
know.
the
Yeah,
give the player some more credit and be like, yeah, we all acknowledge that he's a great guy, so maybe
yeah,
not want to take him to the end.
yeah.
But they could be afraid that they'll Rupert will take their spot, and
Yeah.
he'll go further than them.
Or that he could dominate challenges and win immunity every time or something maybe too.
Hmm.
But I mean that's a long time. That's half the game right there,
Yeah.
for him to continue to keep winning. So
Yeah, so it's a long shot for that to
yeah,
really be afraid that you like about the final two sitting next to him in the final two right now.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but excited to see what happens. Like potentially merge soon. Like based on the numbers, this is usually when it happens, right?
Mm.
So I don't know. Nothing is certain in this game.
Yeah, they seemed like there was some twist that was going to happen in the preview.
The game will
so
change
we'll have to
forever.
see. It wasn't quite that, but it was. It was.
Yeah,
um,
their past will come back to haunt you. They
yeah,
said.
something like that. Yeah, so I'm curious
So,
about what that means.
Interesting. All right, so if you want to watch the highlights of a reaction, you can do so by clicking the link in the description. And then you
Yeah.
can come back for the discussion where we'll get into the nitty gritty, all right?
Like he didn't like congratulate him or wish him well or whatever. He just like it's just like you're out.
Yeah, that was
That was
crazy. He threw his freaking torch on the ground.
Yeah, he
Dramatic.
tossed it on the ground. Well, okay. Well, but here's the thing. He makes an extremely good point in that like they get thousands of people auditioning for this show.
Yeah.
And somebody's fortunate enough to get on. You're one of the how many people? 18 people? 20 people? I'm sorry, I always forget this. I always forget like the exact numbers and everything. 16?
Mm-hmm. 16.
You're one of the 16 lucky people to actually get cast on this show. And then you don't even have the gall to see it through to the end. Like I understand if his body's quitting. I totally understand that struggle. But like to actively just completely give up is we've seen people do similar things on this show before, but no one has ever been brazen enough at tribal council to be like, I'm done. I give up, basically.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's like yeah, I mean again, I don't pretend to know exactly where he's coming from, but like that just seems so like Jeff said, people work way too hard on this show for that to be basically it was like people work so hard to get on the show, and people who are in the game work so hard at the game for this really to be shown any sort of respect as a decision. It's a decision. He made it, and he's going to have to live with it. But it was like Jeff was like, I do not respect this decision very well, like in any way, which is like he threw the torch on the ground.
It's like
So-
you got your wish. Go home.
Yeah, that's basically what it was.
He literally said, "Go home."
Yeah, go home.
Chucked it on the. Yeah.
Get off my island. It was basically what it was like.
You know, at the reunion show, they're gonna be hating on Austin more for sure.
Well, is he even going to get invited?
Yeah, well, he might be absent.
Yeah, maybe he just won't show.
You might notice Austin's not here, but reunion
But
shows
yeah.
have no place for damn dirty freaking quitting ass bitches. So,
Yeah, we don't we don't have a place for them.
so
Not in
Ted
not
is
in this
here
show.
instead.
Yeah, Ted is the sub end. We have a place for people like Ted. Anyway,
Okay, so
Yeah,
this episode,
I mean, I don't know, it's-
or this episode is the twist. The game will change forever. All right. The
yeah, yeah, right,
the Outcast tribe is here,
yeah,
so
with a K.
they're gonna have a challenge for all the people that were voted out, or one tribe and the two other tribes competing. If they beat one tribe, then one of them gets to come back in the game. If they beat both tribes, two of them get to go back in the game, and both of the other tribes are going to tribal council, and they of
That's
course they win it. So what are your thoughts on this? This is never before seen.
I like the idea of redemption for an outcast group of people, because that seems very like yo ho har har yo hi pirates. In terms of the game, I don't know if I really like it. Because they're people that have already been voted out once. They're going to be coming to these tribes at a disadvantage. Particularly these. I think in a different scenario where there was a lot more split votes, I feel like this would be maybe a little bit more interesting. But it seemed to me that most of the votes have been unanimous against the. It's not, and that hasn't been totally completely across the board, but a lot of the time the votes haven't been like super split. Like, oh, I don't know who to vote for. It's been pretty like, okay, this guy's going out, or okay, this person's going out. Particularly on the side of Morgan. Drake, there's a little bit more like up in the air sort of stuff, but I'm not the biggest fan, honestly. It just seemed like the challenge seemed so in their favor. So it was like 2 people get voted out automatically, boom, they're gone, and now they're going to be getting members from a group of people that have already been voted out.
Mm-hmm.
It's just such an odd. I don't know if I really like it all that much, to be honest. Is they're really gonna have to fight for their position now that they're coming back in. I mean, even if they were people on the other tribe, I mean that even in of itself could like be like, I don't want them. They were on the other tribe, and the people, if they go to the same tribe, they'll be like, I don't want these people. We voted him out already.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's like
didn't Jeff say something about they're gonna have immunity from first tribal council or something?
Oh, I didn't hear that.
I thought he said something.
I don't remember that. He might have. I might have missed it. I was still trying to like wrap my mind around the whole thing.
I think he said they're gonna have immunity in the first tribal council or the next tribal council because so they have time to get acclimated to the tribe or something.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
It's true though. But the twists, like, they want to give the twist a chance. So if they did just put them back in, they would just get voted out, like 100%, right?
It's true.
So they might need to do it, but yeah, it's weird. It's like in the principle of the game, it's a weird thing to do, right?
Yeah, it's like usually in most elimination style games, no matter what you're talking about, it's like this isn't like a double elimination tournament where it's like, okay, you lost, but you got another chance to get back in. It's like, I mean, I guess you could sort of look at it that way, but the playing field isn't as level as a double elimination sort of tournament.
And it's also like a double elimination tournament that you didn't know was double elimination when you started the tournament.
Yeah.
Which is like, and there's like, oh, there's a losers bracket that was going on that we didn't know about.
Yeah.
And also the losers bracket stops here. So Sean, you're out of luck.
Yeah, Sean, you're out, and Austin just didn't care anyway because he gave up. So, so weird. I don't know.
Weird. It's like because the whole thing is the tribe has spoken. It's such sacred words. You're done. When your torch is snuffed. Fire represents your life in this game.
I'm curious. Was this controversial when it first happened? Because I could see people like having the same sort of trepidation I'm having to try to wrap my mind around.
I actually don't know. Like, I haven't read much about Pro Islands. I knew about the fact that this was happening. I didn't know how the twist worked, necessarily.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a whole other tribe or whatever.
Yeah.
And I didn't know about the voting in. I don't know how that's going to pan out. They're going to vote two people in.
That seems so weird to me because it's like, okay, well, they're all trying to vie for a way back in, but like realistically, there's only 2. Like, it just seems so strange. Like, I don't even know how you would vote for something like that. Like, obviously, you would want to vote for yourself, but you can't do that.
Mm-hmm. I imagine there was definitely some level of controversy from at least like the hardcore fans, maybe the casual, like, you know. Not looking in depth.
People are like,
it's a fun thing.
Yeah,
but
I think and the surface level, I do think it's fun. Like I said, it sort of fits with the theme and everything. I like that aspect of it, but I'm not as in the game aspect of it. I don't like it very much. I think it's it kind of undermines the game a little bit, but. Yeah, trying something. You want to try something new? It's definitely a twist. That's for sure.
It's an experimental thing at the very least. You know, see how it pans out. But I can see why Andrew is so pissed about it.
Yeah, because
he's like freaking Produce Ryan should never step foot on this island again. You know?
Yeah, he's just like straight up. This guy's an embarrassment. Like.
Yeah.
Or even John was like, those people are all losers. Those people are total losers.
They've been losers their whole life. All they know is
losers their whole life. It's just Friggin' losers their whole life. Jeez, man. Hardcore.
And I mean, this was a very close call for John here. Sean gets voted out over John. So that's an interesting. Where do you think that decision's coming from? Because like based on their pitches, I thought, Sean's was a better pitch. If you're actually just listening to their 2-minute thing, whatever.
Much better pitch. I don't know. I think maybe the idea is like, well, we're gonna vote him out anyways. We don't want Sean trying to ally himself with whoever comes on our tribe. So John, we can already trust, is gonna do that anyway. So we'll just vote him out. I don't know.
Logic. Like Sean,
I don't really
John's
get it.
argument seems so disingenuous. Like I care more about this tribe than myself. There's no way anyone believes
I care more
that.
about this tribe than myself, and I am more loyal, basically. And it's like,
even though I'm notorious for being the shitty one,
because yes, both of your loyalties have been super tested this entire time.
Yeah,
it's
what are you
what?
loyal? How are you more loyal?
Yeah, it was possible.
To the tribe.
Yeah,
I've been more loyal to more of you, I guess, at different times.
Maybe
he's had working relationships with everybody else, I guess. Sean's
been a little bit more on the outs, I guess. I don't know.
But John,
maybe
I feel
people...
like John has shown himself to be willing to go wherever the wind blows.
Yeah, maybe some of it too was a little bit like Rupert respecting John does at least try to help out at camp, and Sean finds excuses to not.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe that's part of it too.
That seems so weird though. So the numbers where we were at before seemed like the merge could be on the horizon.
Yeah.
Now they nullify themselves. They'll have 2 coming in, 2 went out. But the fact that they separated them into tribes makes me think that we at least have one more vote before merge, right? To at least see it pan out. Because they did say I think Jeff did say they'll get immunity.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. It in sort of what you were saying, because like you want to give the experiment a shot, because everyone's just going to be against them when they come on the tribe automatically. Yeah,
but I feel like maybe one more vote and then merge.
That's kind of my guess. That's gonna be my guess. Yeah.
But the episode was called "What the." Part 1.
Yeah, because I think
Very
it was
clever
I think that was it was a clever name. It works on a few levels, because this is a twist. So what the audience is thinking, but it's also what the blank, which is what Rupert was shouting at John at the beginning of the episode.
Did he say that? I thought he said who. Like, did he say what the?
Yeah,
fuck?
no. He also he said that to him also.
Also, what the? Austin's quitting now.
Yeah, what the Austin? Yeah, Austin now. He went through this whole game. He's been here for he was trying to quit at day 5, and now he's.
And I completely forgot. Yeah, Rupert. It cannot be overstated how freaking angry he was. Never seen someone more angry.
I've never seen. Yeah, I don't think I've seen anyone more angry. Definitely not. No way. That was unbelievable.
This is from someone who was on the right side of the vote. Who should have known.
He was friggin' livid, is what he was. He was just like
he hasn't had time to process this yet. Somehow this was a shock to him. Okay.
I don't know. Maybe it was like one of those things where it's like he just the more he thought about it,
I didn't want to believe it.
Yeah, the more he thought about it, the more it got under his skin, maybe, sort of thing. I don't know. It was very weird. It was like, didn't you know that when you went into the tribe?
It was vicious. People were getting aggressive with John. He was getting all up. He was touched. He had his hand on him. And
John. It almost looked like he was going to start punching John. Yeah, and then Sean almost had fisticuffs with him after.
Yeah, we can go settle this over here.
It was like, oh, yeah, freaking throw hands on the sandbar over
like
there.
A man.
I guess.
He's like, men don't fight. That's for Neanderthals.
Yeah, men settle disputes with words, and if that doesn't work, then they fight. I mean, that's the basis of human history, right there, basically.
It was a good episode. It was exciting.
It was. I mean, I have to say, despite my issues with the twist, it was an interesting episode. Lots to talk about, for sure.
Outcasts.
Yeah.
Who do you want?
Quit wiggling your nose.
It's just my nose. Don't mind me. Who Who do you want to come back if you were to pick two people to vote in? Produce Ryan. Get Produce Ryan in there.
I want Produce Ryan back in just so we can continue making. He has no business, but I just love the fact that we called him Produce Ryan.
So, yeah, who else we got? We got Nicole, Lil, we got Michelle, we got Burton.
Maybe Michelle. And Trish.
She needs redemption for that drink. That drinking decoy.
Yeah, freaking drinking nonsense. Yeah, what the heck was
that? Yeah, Trish. Trish went out with a bold move.
Yeah, I don't think Trish should be back in.
she shouldn't be back in. Keep her out of it.
That was get out of here.
You tried.
Get out.
You tried, kid.
I don't know. We'll have to see how things pan out next time on Survivor. Speaking of which, what should these good people who have watched this video and had us talk about it, what should they go watch?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of Outcast vibes. What's an Outcasty kind of thing we watched or talked about? No, go watch our Survivor Simulation.
Yeah, honestly, you should go watch that because we had a great time doing it.
I was an outcast.
Put a lot of time. Yeah, put a lot of time into that.
We were both dealt with being outcasts in the pre-merge of that, kind of, for a flip.
Yeah.
But it's a Survivor Simulation we did for characters from reviews we've done for first year.
Honestly, you probably hear us pumping that up quite a bit. We did have a lot of fun doing it. Would love to do it again sometime. Probably won't do them super often, but
probably
we
next
do like
year.
doing them. Yeah.
So thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel, subscribe to our podcast feed, like the video, comment, hit the notification bell. Follow us on Twitter at Tarqaron TWO. I've been SpongeBob SquarePants.
And I've been Tenya Ida.